Welcome to the Nitty-Gritty Hosea Show. Today's topic is going to be on those marital vows, those I do, but really don't. Thank you for tuning in. Before we get started, like always, please like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you tap that bell so that you can get notifications when these videos come out. Thank you again for tuning in. Listen, marriage is nothing to play with. Do you understand me? I know. Marriage, again, I'm going to say it one more time, is nothing to play with. It's very serious. It's not to be taken lightly. You stand before God in front, most times, of a priest or a pastor, in the company of a room full of witnesses, loved ones and friends and family, and you say, to death do us part, sickness and in health, all of these things, and you say I do as you gaze into the eye of your lover. And one would like to think and believe that you really mean it, and maybe at the time you did, but you just don't quite know what all it entails. I'm bringing up this topic because I'm finding and seeing in so many marriages right now that a lot of things could be nipped in the bud early, or a decision could have been made not to go forth with the marriage at all. And I hear people all the time say, God honors marriage. He honors holy matrimony. Not just any old marriage because you wanted to get married for a green card because, oh, he had money and a nice car, so I said, let me give him a baby and marry him. No, boo. That is not what the Lord is talking about. The Lord is talking about that person that is truly a good fit for you. And a lot of times we don't even know what a good fit is for us. And it is very, very, it's a very sad situation when people 10 years out are getting, or less than 10 years, less than 5 years, are getting divorced. I have a friend now who's going through a divorce, and it kind of took him by storm. But he, of course, he knew they were having problems or what have you, but I guess he didn't believe that she would be the first one to, pull the trigger, so to speak. And so I had to have a conversation with him. And I had to say to him, you were wrong, she was wrong in a lot of things, and it takes two to tango. And with that being said, we have to be held accountable for the things that we do. When you're married, you are swearing to be in a monogamous relationship or what have you. And most times, I know nowadays that we live in, there's all types of marriages going on. But I'm talking about the original marriage that basically that the Lord called for. And he confessed to me, and I had to really respect that. He confessed to me that he did not know how to be a husband. He did not know how to be a husband. And I really respected him being transparent with me because a lot of us didn't know how to be wives or husbands when we got married. We just knew we wanted to be with that person. And that is not enough. It's just not enough. Marriage is a lot of compromise. Baby, it's a whole bigger deal than a white picket fence, some children, and a dog. Trust me, it's much more than that. And you have to be willing to compromise. You two are becoming one, but you're two separate individuals. And a lot of times it just takes first of all, it takes God. I have to just be all the way right with it and live with you and raw. It takes God because the love that we believe we have is just not enough. And so there are going to be times you ain't going to want to be bothered. There's going to be times he's probably going to want to make love and you don't want to. And I know you all have seen those movies wherein the wife said, "Oh, I got a headache," and this, that, and the other. But I say to women in regards to that, beware and be careful with that, because there's going to be a time you're going to want him to wash your car. You're going to want him to take out the trash, And men are physical creatures. They really are, for the most part. That is a way that they are shown love. A lot of them, they require that. So you can't just turn off when he's turned on, because later on down the line, it could cause all type of different things, you know what I mean? And it takes a lot of respect. It takes honesty. It takes discipline. And if you know for a fact, and I believe some of us truly know that we are not equipped for marriage. I believe that. Also, when it comes to the word of God talking about a woman being submissive, I've noticed that a lot of women have problems with that thought. Oh, I'm not going to submit to him. Oh, no, he ain't going to run me. This and that. That is not what submission is about. And I will say this. Every man is not a husband. Okay? In order to submit or in order, I was just talking to my sister about this, in order to be a leader, in order to have followers or someone to submit to you, you have to be that leader. You have to be that one who is a provider, who is taking things seriously, who is concerned. All those things, you need to have those in play, because even if she starts out submitting, it can really turn left. It can take a left turn if you're not holding up your end of the bargain. Be that one that person wants to submit to. Be that one who loves the Lord, is God-fearing, and letting the Lord lead and guide you on what to say and what to do. I have a pastor who transitioned some years ago, and he taught me, I've been in his church since I was a little girl, but he taught something at a marriage conference that we had. And what he said was, if we can see the Christ in that person, then we wouldn't behave the way we do. Trust me, if Christ was before you, you wouldn't be cussing and acting a fool. You wouldn't be giving him, whatever part of your body to kiss. You would be conducting yourself in a manner, in a humble way, in a way that you should be. Trust and believe me. So it's something to think about. It was very valuable to hear that. And at the time that I heard it, I was not married at the time. And I was just grateful to receive the knowledge that I received at that conference, because you can't, once you learn something and you know something, you can rely on it and you can utilize that thing in your life. So I said all that to say this. Don't be so quick to get into anything that you are not knowledgeable about, that you have not tried to research, that you are to be with someone just because, out of desperation, jumping the broom, if you will, and not sure if that is the person that you're to be with. Are you ignoring the red flags? There are a lot of warnings that come with people that we ignore because we want to be with someone. I've been there, but you better be careful with that. That is nothing to play with at all. And I'm bringing this subject up because, trust me, I wouldn't wish a bad marriage on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't. It's easier to get into and cheaper, and harder and more expensive to get out of. And with that being said, as always, remember, God's rejection is God's protection all day long. With that, I say peace. Thanks again for watching the Nitty-Gritty Hosea channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Until next time, peace.